Every single day, millions of American drivers pull into gas stations, pull up to the pump, and face the exact same silent dilemma. You are standing there, staring at those 3 or 4 plastic buttons. On the left, you have got regular, usually 87 octane. It is cheap, it gets the job done, but it feels basic. Then, on the far right, bathed in shiny gold or bright red lettering, sits premium, 91 or 93 octane. It costs anywhere from 40 to 80 cents more per gallon. A voice in the back of your head whispers, if I care about my car, shouldn't I give it the absolute best? We have all been conditioned to believe that higher price equals higher quality. Premium coffee tastes better. Premium sound systems sound better. Premium steak tastes better. So naturally, premium gasoline must make your car faster, cleaner, and last longer. Right. Well, what if I told you that for nearly 70% of the vehicles on American roads today, buying premium fuel is not just a minor waste of money. It is literally burning cash for zero technical benefit. No extra horsepower. No better fuel economy. Zero extra engine protection. And yet, Americans waste hundreds of millions of dollars every single year topping off basic sedans. Today, we are tearing down the myths, busting the marketing lies, and breaking down the actual physics of what happens inside your combustion chamber when you push that button. By the end of this audio breakdown, you will know exactly what your engine needs, how to read the hidden signals your car is giving you, and whether you should keep those extra bucks in your wallet. To understand why premium fuel exists, and why you probably do not need it, we first have to destroy the single biggest myth in the automotive world, the idea that octane measures power. If you ask the average person on the street what high-octane fuel means, 9 times out of 10 they will tell you that it has more energy. They genuinely believe 93 octane contains more explosive force than 87 octane, as if it were rocket fuel mixed with vitamins for your engine. Here is the raw truth. Premium gasoline does not contain more energy than regular gasoline. In fact, on a purely chemical level, a gallon of 87 octane regular gas and a gallon of 93 octane premium gas contain almost the exact same amount of thermal energy, roughly 114,000 BTUs per gallon. So what does octane actually measure? Octane is not a measure of energy output. It is a measure of combustion resistance. Think of it this way. Octane determines how difficult it is for gasoline to ignite under extreme pressure and heat. Low-octane fuel ignites relatively easily. High-octane fuel is engineered specifically to resist burning until the exact right millisecond. Why would an engine designer want a fuel that is harder to burn? Because of a terrifying phenomenon known to mechanics as engine knock, also referred to as pre-ignition or detonation. In a normal internal combustion engine, your piston travels up the cylinder, compressing a mixture of air and gasoline. At the exact right moment, the spark plug fires, creating a controlled flame front that pushes the piston smoothly back down. That smooth, predictable push is what turns your crankshaft and powers your wheels. Now imagine the fuel is too unstable. As the piston is slamming upward, compressing the gas, the heat and pressure inside the cylinder alone cause the fuel to spontaneously explode before the spark plug even gets a chance to fire. Now you have two opposing physical forces smashing directly into each other, the piston trying desperately to go up, and an uncontrolled explosion trying to force it down. That violent shockwave hammers internal engine components, creates a harsh metallic pinging or rattling sound under acceleration, and can literally punch holes through your pistons, snap connecting rods, and destroy an entire engine block in a matter of minutes. That is why high-octane fuel exists. It acts like a thermal shield for your fuel mixture. It stops the gasoline from exploding prematurely under extreme compression. High-octane does not magically give you extra power. It gives high-performance engines safety from destroying themselves from the inside out. Now that you understand the chemistry behind octane ratings, let us look at what happens when you pour premium fuel into a regular, everyday commuter car, like a Toyota Camry, a Honda CR-V, or a Ford F-150 with a naturally aspirated engine. These engines were designed, engineered, tested, and calibrated from the factory to run on standard 87-octane gas. Their compression ratios are modest. Their cylinder pressures are completely predictable. Under normal daily driving conditions, the air-fuel mixture inside a Camry engine will never reach the extreme heat or pressure required to cause pre-ignition or engine knock on 87 gas. So when you pour 93-octane premium into that Camry, what actually changes inside the engine? Absolutely nothing. The spark plug fires at the exact same microsecond. The fuel burns at the exact same rate. The piston moves down with the exact same physical force. You do not gain 5 horsepower. You do not gain 2 miles per gallon. The engine does not magically run smoother. In fact, because high-octane fuel is slightly more resistant to ignition, in rare older vehicles with weaker ignition systems, putting high-octane gas in a low-compression engine can actually result in slightly less efficient combustion. Let us do some real-world math on what this misinformed habit costs you over time. Say you drive 15,000 miles a year in a vehicle that gets 25 miles per gallon. That means you burn roughly 600 gallons of fuel every single year. If the price gap between regular and premium gas is 70 cents per gallon, which is fairly average across most U.S. states, buying premium fuel costs you an extra $420 every single year for literally no return on investment. Over a standard 5-year car loan, that is more than $2,000 thrown directly into the trash. $2,000 that could have bought you a brand new set of high-end tires, covered several years of full synthetic oil changes, or simply stayed safely in your personal bank account. So, is premium fuel a complete scam for everyone? Absolutely not. There is a massive segment of vehicles where premium gasoline isn't just recommended, it is completely non-negotiable. Enter the modern turbocharger and supercharger. In high-performance cars and an increasing number of modern downsized engines, manufacturers use forced induction. A turbocharger uses exhaust gases to spin a turbine, cramming massive amounts of extra atmospheric air directly into the cylinders. More air squeezed forcefully into a small combustion space means drastically higher internal pressures and insanely high operating temperatures inside the engine. If you put standard 87-octane gas into an engine with a high compression ratio or heavy turbo boost, that low-octane fuel will ignite prematurely under the sheer heat and pressure. It will knock, and without immediate computer intervention, it will destroy the engine. Now you might be asking yourself, wait, I accidentally put regular gas in my turbocharged crossover last month and the engine did not explode into flames. Why did that happen? The answer lies in modern electronic computer wizardry. Virtually every single production vehicle built after the mid-1990s is equipped with a tiny electronic microphone bolted directly to the engine block called a knock sensor. The microsecond your engine attempts to knock on low-octane fuel, the sensor detects those precise micro-vibrations in milliseconds, far faster than human ears could ever hope to register. It instantly sends a panic signal to the engine control unit, or the ECU. To save the mechanical engine components from catastrophic damage, the computer instantly retards the ignition timing and electronically reduces the turbocharger's boost pressure. The engine knock stops instantly, and your motor survives another day. But there is a heavy performance penalty for doing this. By pulling back the timing, your engine loses a significant percentage of its designed horsepower output. Your 300 horsepower sports sedan might suddenly only produce 270 horsepower. On top of that, your overall fuel efficiency drops because the combustion cycle is no longer operating at its peak engineered efficiency. So if your manufacturer explicitly states that premium fuel is required, trying to save $5 at the pump on 87 gas will make your car noticeably slower, less fuel efficient, and force your engine's onboard computer to work overtime, constantly pulling back timing just to keep the internal parts alive. Now let us tackle the sneaky marketing trick gas companies use to convince everyday drivers to purchase their most expensive fuel options: detergent additives and engine cleaning claims. For several decades, major oil companies ran heavily funded television commercials, subtly implying that premium gas is loaded with special cleaning agents, active detergents, and engine-restoring additives that cheap regular gas supposedly lacks entirely. They made regular gas sound like dirty, unfiltered water that clogs up your fuel injectors and leaves dark carbon deposits all over your valves. Here is the vital legal detail they never highlight in bold letters. Since 1995, the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, mandates by federal law that all grades of gasoline sold commercially in America, whether 87, 89, 91, or 93 octane, must contain a strict minimum baseline level of detergent additives to prevent fuel injector clogging and harmful intake valve deposits. In fact, major global automakers like BMW, General Motors, Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, and Ford realized years ago that the basic EPA legal minimum was not quite sufficient for modern high-pressure direct injection engines. So together, they established a rigorous industry specification called top-tier detergent gasoline. When a major retail brand like Shell, Chevron, Mobil, Texaco, or Costco earns top-tier certification, it guarantees that their fuel contains significantly higher concentrations of advanced cleaning detergents. But here is the critical takeaway. They blend that exact same high-level detergent package into their 87 regular gasoline, as well as their 93 premium gasoline. Buying 87 regular gas from a certified top-tier station gives your engine's intake valves and fuel injectors the exact same cleaning power and carbon protection as buying 93 premium gas from that very same pump. You simply do not need to buy premium fuel to keep your fuel system clean. You just need to buy quality gasoline from reputable retail stations. So how do you determine, once and for all, what your specific vehicle actually requires to run properly without wasting money? Open your glove box, pull out your owner's manual, or pop open your fuel filler door and look carefully for two very specific words. There is a world of technical difference between fuel being labeled as required versus being labeled as recommended. If your vehicle manual clearly states 91 octane or higher required, fill your tank with premium fuel every single time. No exceptions. Using 87 regular will permanently reduce your engine's power output, degrade your overall gas mileage, and put your internal engine components at risk if your electronic knock sensors ever fail or lag. If your vehicle manual states 91 octane or higher recommended, this phrasing means the engine was factory tuned to achieve its absolute maximum horsepower and torque ratings using premium fuel, typically tested during aggressive driving in hot climates or under heavy trailering loads. However, the engine computer is fully programmed to safely adjust ignition parameters for 87 regular gas without causing any mechanical damage whatsoever. If you drive a modern turbo vehicle that lists premium as recommended, running 87 regular for daily highway commuting is 100% safe. You might lose a tiny fraction of top-end power at maximum throttle, but under normal everyday driving conditions, you will likely never feel the difference, and you will keep hundreds of dollars in your pocket every single year. And finally, if your vehicle manual simple states 87 octane regular, stop buying premium fuel immediately. You are willingly handing over your hard-earned cash to fuel suppliers in exchange for a pure placebo effect. Understanding how your vehicle actually operates on a mechanical level is the single best way to protect your investment while keeping your personal finances intact. Do not allow clever pump labeling, gold buttons, or clever petroleum advertising to dictate how you spend your money at the pump. Read your manual, stick to quality top-tier gas stations, and feed your engine precisely what it was engineered to consume. If you found this technical breakdown valuable and informative, make sure to give this channel a subscribe. Leave a comment down below sharing what vehicle you drive and what grade of fuel you use, and stay tuned for more straight-to-the-point automotive breakdowns. Thanks for listening, and drive safe out there.